All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. February 24th, 2023. Hope everyone's having a nice morning. Welcome aboard again to the Morning Note. We do this every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to join me this morning and every morning. Let's go ahead and get started. Round the horn this morning. Dow futures down 372 points. NASDAQ down 208 points. S&P 500 futures are down 1.29%. Russell 2000 futures 1884 down 1.37%. Crude oil 75.51 up 0.21%. Gasoline futures are down $2.57 a gallon, down 0.42%. 10-year Treasury yields continue to climb, 3.928%. The dollar did break key resistance of that 105 level. If you remember the question I had yesterday regarding the euro, I expected the dollar to keep going higher. So again, I talked about looking at the euro dollar for additional weakness. The VIX is up 5.58%, 22.32 currently. Gold futures are down 0.26%. At 18.22 an ounce this morning. Give me a second here. Make sure I have everything in front of me. My apologies. Silver futures down 1.32%, 21.15. Copper futures are down 1.26%, holding to that $4 level. Euro dollar is down 40 pips, 105.53. 135.92, up 121 pips for the dollar yen. Pound dollar is flat. 119.54. Interesting enough, some strength in the British pound. Bitcoin futures broke below 24,000, 23,985. Seems that 25,000 is resistance for now. Ethereum 1646 per on the contract, down about 1% this morning. Good morning, Zoom Balloon. Thanks for joining me this morning. Okay, so first thing we had this morning at 8:30 was the core PCE number. So this is the number that the inflation data that the Fed uses. So if you look at Twitter, here is the number. Core PCE month over month, 0.6% versus 0.5%, so hotter than expected. Remember, PCE means personal consumption. So the next PCE price index year over year, 5.4% versus the forecast of 5%. Core PCE price index year over year 4.7%, forecast of 4.3%. Core PCE price index month over month, actual 0.6%, forecast 0.4%. In terms of Fed swaps, the Fed futures market, Fed funds futures market, excuse me. Fed swaps fully factor in rate hikes for March, May, and June. We do not have a meeting in April, just to give you a heads up. So the expectation, at least from what I'm seeing for now, is still another 25 basis point hike. Obviously, the meeting hasn't started. That'll be next month. But we do have 4 more. We just had 5. We just had a Fed governor speak on CNBC, Mester. We have 4 more. So again, maybe we get a little more weakness today. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at some charts. Let's go and take a look at the S&P 500 futures. Always a good way to start here. And we are in SPY puts for next week. Just to give you guys a heads up, we traded that with our team. We're still holding that. And in terms of the S&P 500, your next support is that 200-day, which is right around 39.49. What I talked about yesterday in terms of ES was that we sliced the 50-day moving average twice. Now, again, twice could be a coincidence. 3 times is a trend. So again, we played SPY, but we had a weird pop yesterday, really on no news, which is fine. Kind of hurt our premiums, so we still held, and we let our team know on Discord why we were holding. We explained everything. Again, why it's important to explain the reasons we're in something, even when it's red. Very, very important. We got as low as minus 70% on those SPY puts. Now we're getting a nice little flush today. Let's see if we can catch that this morning and put a little bow on the week. But again, I'm still expecting that 39.54 or that trend line to be tapped, something that we've been talking about for a little bit. But the next support is right around 39.50, 39.48. That's your 200 moving average on S&P 500 futures. If we go and bring up SPY, again, it's not exactly 1 for 1, but again, you can see we are now at a 395.60 ask. So we're right below the 20 again, and we're right around this area here on the daily. So we got a little more room to the downside, at least for the trend line. 393.13 being the 200-day moving average. Keep an eye on that. Let's see if we get continuation down this morning with the Fed speakers. We are slightly off the lows currently, as you can see on the hourly. Getting a little bit of a bounce, but nothing really wild. And the only reason this is because of that PCE number. But again, the technicals were telling us that we were tapping that 50-day, kept tapping it, kept bouncing, but again, we sliced below it. The dollar index, something to take an eye on. I also tweeted that this morning. We broke that key level of resistance of 105. Now you have the 100-day moving average crossing over the 200. Not a huge deal to me. We're still in a death cross with the 50 and the 200-day. So again, in terms of next resistance, you're probably looking around 105.64 or 105.68. I'll place an alert there since this one is going to be hit, the 104.99. I'll cancel that one. Let me go ahead and remove this one here. Okay, so that'll be next resistance, 105.68. If we get there, then again, we expect that 200-day moving average on S&P to hit. In terms of the next level higher, it'll be 106.43, which is your 200-day. Let's see if we could stay below that. But really the key, all we've been doing this week is really just playing puts. And the reason we've been doing it is because of the price action has been dictating that to us. And another thing that's key, of course, has been that seasonality. Let me go ahead and bring that up. I'll minimize these two so you guys can see it. Give me a second. Here we go. And again, we've talked about this seasonality on Instagram weeks ago, about a week ago. You could see back on the 24th, again, we expect a little more downside action, but the 23rd, 22nd to 23rd being the weaker points. Again, I still expect some weakness towards the tail end of February, and as we get into March, the next seasonal pattern. Again, pre-election, election being next year, 2024. Again, this is just historical speaking. Get a nice little pop in March, then a little bit of a fade mid-March. That probably will line up with the Fed, and then we'll continue higher. That's what we expect. But again, as long as the price action and the actual technicals lead us with this, it's been following the script, which is nice. So well done to the team so far for being patient. We haven't won anything yet. Let's see if we can catch SPY today. I think we should be okay. But again, I would like to see us tap 395.20. Maybe we get a little more downside action with this PCE number. But good stuff all around. And again, I just want to show you guys, not in trading, not everything goes exactly the way you want it immediately. It does take some time. So again, those SPY puts, we were down 70%. We explained it on the watch list for our team, broke it down into the SPY puts into 3 different types of time frames. The daily, the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and then I also talked about the dollar. So again, and then in premium signals, I also updated you guys on where we were. Right now, SPY 71%. We haven't hit the highs of the day either, so it wasn't exactly the best close. We did bounce off the 50 DMA. This was yesterday that I wrote this, but we did, granted we fell below, but a reversal on no real news is a bit curious. I'm still holding the SPY puts. We held the 50 DMA yesterday and bounced towards the tail end of the session and retested again. 3 times is a trend, guys, and don't forget seasonality for the end of February, which is weak as well. So the team, a little bearish. I mean, that's okay for now. Again, we're just trying to see if we can catch something. Trading puts this week hasn't been the easiest. Obviously, a little bit of chop, but again, we've been on the right side of the market at least. And just because we're bearish short term doesn't mean that the world's going to end either. Me, uber bull. But again, when it comes to trading, I'm all about what the price action dictates to me. The market's never wrong, and I can be wrong. So that's okay. The market will humble your ass very quickly. Starting to accelerate a little bit lower now, 395.60 on SPY. Currently, I think we were at 399 earlier this morning. So nice little flush that we're getting so far. Hopeful that we can catch this SPY puts there for next week. So again, we do have some time on it. Thankfully, we didn't do any crazy 0 DTE trades. We don't do that. Even though if we did that on NVIDIA, that would have paid out. My puts, my calls on NVIDIA, which I demoed again just to practice, just to kind of mess around. I got 500% on those. But again, that's funny money, not real. But so I'm not gonna post that or talk about that in terms getting into too much detail. But if you did catch it in video, again, that 220 gap fill did hit. Again, just too ballsy to go ahead and make that trade, at least for our members. So again, messing around with demo sometimes when it comes to those crazy trades, so you don't mess up. It's all about practice. That's really it. So don't feel the need that you can't do a little demo to start practicing some of your strategies. It's a very helpful technique. Taking a look at the VIX volatility index this morning again. We did fill this gap here right around 21.28 yesterday. Now we have a downside gap at 21.14. We also got, do we have another gap to fill? Yes, we also have one here at 20.02. So again, maybe in March with the new seasonality in terms of March being usually bullish into April as well, we'll get a little bit of a check back into VIX where we can recapture that gap, maybe get retest of that 20 level. So again, I am bearish at least today, at least towards the tail end of February. But after that, we're gonna see if maybe we'll get a little oversold on SPY and play some bounce plays if we can hold that 200-day. So again, it is a day-by-day market. Hate to say it, but I'm rooting for a little more downside because I do have some puts, but expecting we could bounce after I'm done with those puts. How's that? To answer some questions. I swung SPY 395 4 puts that expire Monday. Should I execute to open? I would take it at the open and enjoy your profits. You turn off the computer, enjoy your weekend. Well done. SPY levels to the downside. Let's take a look at it. We'll bring up here SPY. We'll bring up the daily again. All right, taking a look at SPY again. This is the daily chart, but again, it doesn't show pre-market. So again, we'll be opening probably around 395.50. Let's just call it. That's where we are currently. Next downward action would be to 393.82, which would be the trend line. I expected us to test that after the CPI number. We didn't get that. We had a nice little bounce. So again, what I'm expecting here is to retest that trend line, if not the 200-day at 393.21, and then that'll give us an opportunity to play some bounce for some good RR, because then the risk would be to the upside when we have a little more oversold conditions. Hello, JJ. Good morning. What is your price to buy Palantir? Still not an investable market, guys. Sorry to say, just not yet. Not yet. We have a gap to fill at 1088. Fill that gap, we can talk, but we ain't there yet. Not right now. Palantir is below the 200-day. We did trade options on that, I think, when we had earnings. So other than that, not much to do there. Unless your dollar cost averaging, guys, it's really not much to do here in terms of the market, because we still need to break above 4,200 to confirm the new bull market, and that has been our resistance lately. So again, just waiting on it and being patient. Zoom Balloon asks, any weekend plans? Yes, I'm gonna go to Disney World this weekend and go into that marathon. There's like a run that I'm gonna do with my wife. This is her second one, this is my first one, so I hope I don't die while doing that marathon, but I'll do my best. Other than that, just really relaxing. We have a podcast that's coming out today with Nick and I. We're going to talk about the markets. I'm also going to do a recap of the week, as you guys have been explaining. You guys have been asking for. So I'll do that today after the bell. We'll go over a couple things. We'll go over our week, see how we did, and we'll go from there. Day by day, hour by hour. How about Man United? Do you expect any moves in Man U? In terms of the stock, do I expect any moves? Really, you're just basing this on the simple fact that someone's going to buy the club out. Someone's going to buy the club. That's really what you're waiting for. I may like Manchester United, the team, but in terms of the stock, I think I'll be okay. I wish Real Madrid was publicly traded because they're champions of Europe too. So not based off the game, but the buyout. Yeah, the buyout, again, we have to see what the Qatar investors say. I believe BlackRock is working on some, our Bank of America, Merrill Lynch is working on the banking side of that in order to sell so the Glazers can sell the team or the club to the next investor, but we don't know when that's going to happen. Let's see if maybe they win Europa. They just had the round of 16 out in terms of the team selection. Arsenal is still in it too. So again, Arsenal does not suck. They're on top of the table in EPL. Again, I think if Man United starts really getting some momentum in terms of winning, maybe they get into the top 4, make Champions League next year, That will boost Manchester United's prospects for signing new players. You know, we'll see where we go from there. But it really is just based on the fact that someone going to buy the team, and we don't know yet. Hey Carlos, how about that BABA downtrend? I think BABA didn't BABA beat their earnings? They did. And again, this has been a tough one to trade. I've traded this many times, but it's a tough one. So I kind of try to stay away from Alibaba in terms of calls and puts. There is a gap to fill at 89.33. We are now at 90.44. That's missed out. You also have another gap at 81.07. If you break below 84.98 or 85, then you could possibly play the 80 puts. But other than that, you're still kind of holding the 200-day moving average. So I'll wait for that level to break before I do anything in terms of Alibaba. Right now, my focus is really on the SPY puts that we have. And hopefully we catch them this morning, because that'll put a nice bow. And really the only loser that we had this week was Apple calls that we held from last week, and those premiums got smoked. Name of the game. Sucks. I want to go 100% every week, but that's a pretty unrealistic expectation from anybody. You know, can't make every shot, but we'll do our best to make as many as we can to help you guys out. So let's see what we get, guys. I'll go ahead and recap the date later today on Friday. That'll be the newsletter for this week again. So I won't do a newsletter since I'll be out. So I'll do the video. That'll be the newsletter for the week. We'll go over a couple things. We'll preview next week as we get into the tail end of February. We'll go over our trades and everything like that, because I know some of our Discord members like to join, and I do share that link to them. So it kind of gives them a recap. So again, just kind of watching the market. Let's see if we get to 39.50. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it bounces. If not, we continue a little lower. We'll be ready for it either way. So just another Friday here at GAR Capital. We'll go and leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. Welcome to all of our new members who joined. Appreciate you guys giving us a shot. Let's give us a shot to help you guys out with your trading. So again, let's make it a really great 2023, since 2022 wasn't that great for everybody. But again, the sun still shines. The sun still rises the next day. So again, day by day is what we do. This is what we do every day. We enjoy it, and we hope that you guys learn something from it when we do this in the morning and talk about the markets. But I appreciate you guys taking the time again. I know you guys are working, you guys have busy lives and family. For you guys to take at least 15 minutes just to watch this video, there's not much more I can say than just a big appreciation to y'all. You know, who would have thought that someone like me, what does it matter what I think? But thank you again for taking the time again. I really do appreciate it. And I hope I can do more to help you guys out explaining the markets as we go along. So let's make it a great Trading Friday. I will catch you guys later on this morning, later this afternoon, to talk about it all. Have a great rest of your Friday. See you in a couple hours. Cheers.